Good afternoon. Happy Sunday, Keeps of the Cash. Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy here, and I'm here with another retro cover rewind. And wow, I said it without stuttering this time, so yes, let's get to it. Something fun and cool. This is a series I have read before and love. Actually, I just ordered the trade of it off of Amazon so I could keep my floppies floppy and not keep messing with them. So this is a series from 1975, which lasted 8 issues and ended in 2 Marvel team-ups. Some of you are going to be astute enough to catch what that is and already know, but I'm about to tell you right now. It's a title called Skull the Slayer. So I'm going to show you cover 1, and then I'm going to read you a little synopsis of what this is about, and then we'll get into the covers and the artist. Alright, so Skull the Slayer debuted in 1975. He wears something called a scorpion belt, which is an alien belt that gives him his powers. What are those powers? Their strength, durability, and longevity. He is going to live a longer life than the average person. All right, so who is Jim Scully? Jim Scully is a veteran POW, so he was a prisoner of war, and when he is freed from captivity and returns home, he finds his wife has divorced him and is with another man now. His parents have both died, and his brother is a drug addict who actually attacks him upon seeing him and then falls on his own blade and dies. And so a lot of tragedy for poor James Scully right out of the gate, right? But it gets worse. He doesn't know what to do. He panics. He flees. He goes to Bermuda, where he's apprehended by the authorities there and placed on a plane back to the States to go to trial and end up in a maximum security prison. While on this plane, he is locked up, and there's other passengers that are there, and they're not too happy about a convict supposedly being on the allegedly being on the plane with them. But who are these people? Their names Dr. Raymond Corey, Ann Farrell Reynolds, and Jeff Turner. And they're just stuck on a plane with him, heading back to the States, and not too happy about it. But they won't be stuck in that plane long, because what happens? That plane in Bermuda, over Bermuda, enters a time warp and ends up 250 million years in the past. So they crash land there. The pilots die, a couple of the guards die, and it's just James Scully, Dr. Raymond Corey, Ann Farrell, and Jeff Turner. And he has got to overcome his false accusation while forming a team with these people to survive. It's not a team built on trust, and a lot of stuff goes awry over the 8 issues. And it's fun to see. But he happens upon this dead alien corpse. Well, it's a dead alien, so of course it's a corpse, but it's wearing this belt, the scorpion belt, and like I said, that's where he gets his powers. And the adventures are off from there. They're offbeat, they're great. It's kind of like a Lost World thing. Back in time, they're all trapped here. There's dinosaurs, all sorts of creatures, alien races, just a whole bunch of stuff. And they cover a lot of ground in 8 issues. It's a lot of fun. Of course, there's some 70s stereotypes and tropes that happen in there. But the narrative's strong enough to alleviate that for the time period. But without further ado, let's get into it. So issue 1, we have a great cover, of course, by Gil Kane, one of the best, and inks by Al Milgrom, who was basically on every title back then. If it was in the 70s, you could bet you were going to see Gil Kane and Al Milgrom pop up on the title. And every time they did, the title was better for it. Alright, so that was issue 1. Issue 2, we have a cover by Gil Kane with inks by Tom Palmer. Battle in the Dawn of Time, Man Against Gods. Action, dinosaurs, lost lands, cavemen and aliens. This one's got it all. And the cool thing about Scully is he's a reluctant hero. Okay, as soon as he gets that belt on, he's Skull the Slayer. He's a reluctant hero, He's kind of in the mold of like a Punisher. He's kind of he's not always the nicest guy, but you end up rooting for him anyway. Number 3, Mechanical Murder in the World of Dinosaurs, Trapped in the Tower of Time. This was a really fun issue. And this was Ron Wilson and Frank Giacoia. Alright, so you got Ann Farrow here. And you got Jeff Turner here. And Ann Farrow always seemed to be an Ann Darrow type of character from Kull. I mean from King Kong. Alright, issue number 4. We have a Rich Buckler cover with inks by Dan Adkins and Irv Watanabe. A modern-day man trapped in a world of time gone mad, peril of the pyramids. Savage action you come to expect from the far-reaching House of Ideas, plus the shocking return of the Black Knight. Okay, just an outstanding cover by Rich Buckler. So there you guys have it. On to issue 5, another Rich Buckler cover, Dan Adkins inks. Alright, and you got the villain Slither Rogue. All-out battle cover. Very nice. Alright, issue number 6. We have a John Buscema and Mike Esposito on the inks. And of course, it's a Buscema, so you know it's one of my favorites. Look at that creature coming out of the water to just try to swallow him whole. Now, if that isn't a Conan-esque pose in battle cover, I don't know what is. You can definitely see Big John's imprints all over this cover. Alright, number 7. We have Ron Wilson and Klaus Janson. Death strikes in a world that time forgot. Dungeon of Blood. And again, just a really fun cover. There we go. So I have ended up somehow with 3 copies of number 7. So we went a little overkill on 7. We got a bunch. And then the final issue of the series, but it didn't end there, and you'll find out why. So issue number 8, Marie Severin, Jack Kirby cover with inks by Frank Giacoia. So you can definitely see the Kirby influence on there. And just super fun. And then, of course, this whole series wrapped up in Marvel 2-in-1, issues 35 and 36, where the Thing helped them escape from their land lost in time. And you had the help of the Fantastic Four with Skull the Slayer. So, well, mostly Mr. Fantastic and the Thing. So issue 35 of Marvel 2-in-1. And, of course, this is going to be a favorite cover of mine. You got Ernie Chan goodness here. And ink by Irv Watanabe. What a great job by Ernie Chan. So you already saw a few of my favorite Conan artists were on this. And then issue 36, pen and ink by Ernie Chan himself. The wrap-up to Skull the Slayer's first run. There we go. And that's all the goodness there, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed that retro cover rewind and had a little bit of fun with it. Learned something about a character maybe you didn't know so much about or never even heard of before. I like to do this series to bring out some of the more obscure titles, some of the hidden gems in comic history. And if you haven't checked out Skull the Slayer, again, it's another series that you can get for not a whole lot of money. And it might be going up at some point. It seems like all of these 70s titles are starting to hit higher levels out of nowhere. So this might be next, but you can mostly put this together very, very cheaply. And it's 8 of the regular series and 2 Marvel 2-in-1s, and you have a complete read and a complete arc. But that's it for today, guys. Until next time, keep it casual.